So this topic, yes, this topic has been, we've been wanting to do this for a couple of weeks now, but they just, life's intervened and things have happened. What are we talking about finally, Dom?
I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.
He doesn't actually say that in this, does he?
It's from the animated series, and he does say it.
No,
That's
he's
like-
saying he doesn't say it in the Telltale game.
Oh no, that's Kevin. That's
Yeah,
Kevin
spoilers.
Conroy's. That's Kevin. Well, I mean, if you don't know what the fuck we're talking about now, just get the hell out of here.
Yeah,
That's
what I was
Kevin
gonna say.
Conroy's like calling card as far as his Batman thing.
Right. No, I knew it was from the animated series. I just didn't remember if it was in Telltale's game or not. So yeah, spoilers. If you haven't figured it out, what this topic is, yeah, it's Telltale's Batman. We've all finished
And
it.
also spoilers for Telltale's Batman.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not holding anything
right.
back. So if you haven't played the game or if you're warned of spoilers, thank you for listening so far in the podcast. We can either skip ahead 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or we'll catch you guys next week. So, anyways, go ahead, Dom.
Peace, losers. So, gentlemen, at the end of episode 5, did your Alfreds have both eyes left?
Yes.
Dom?
Oh, shoot. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. I don't even remember. I think my Alfred may have lost his eye.
Basically, what you need to answer is when Vicky, a.k.a. Victoria Arkham, a.k.a. Lady Arkham, had Alfred tied up there at the end, and she was telling you to unmask yourself. Did you unmask yourself, or did you throw the batarang, freeing Alfred, allowing him to punch Lady Arkham, which then she kicked him back and hit him with her concussive pike, and sent him flying, and he looks up, and his face is fucked up.
Okay. No, I remember now. It's been a while since I played this. Almost 3 months now. No, I unmasked myself.
Yeah, I unmasked myself too. I was like, yeah, I'm Bruce. Yeah.
I mean, I knew I was pretty much going to kill her anyway at that point, so
Yeah.
it didn't matter.
I
Exactly.
knew that Bruce could get out of it. I knew Batman's a slick enough kid to slide right through.
Not slick enough to save Alfie's eye, though.
Yeah, dude. And they give you a good shot at one point before they cover it up with an eye patch. They give you a good shot of what it looks like, and Roy G. Biv was it bad.
Is it better or worse than Carl's eye in The Walking Dead when they show it?
So it is. Well, actually, I was gonna say it's better than the TV series, better than the comic, worse than the TV series. But actually, even the TV series Walking Dead is pretty fucked up with Carl's eye. So I would say Carl has it worse both ways.
As far as the series is as a whole, I liked it quite a bit. I didn't have the performance issues you guys did, so that kind of gives it a little bit more slightly positive spin.
If I had $1 for all the times that it hung on a frame,
Yeah.
I would just be like the richest guy. If I had $1
It was
for
pretty bad.
If I had $1 for every time it hung on a frame, I would probably have it over $100.
If I had $1 for every time a character model was invisible except for his eyeballs and tongue, I would have $3.
Dang,
3 times.
that's a lot of dollars for that type of thing. Also, the characters kept like snapping into place, like they wouldn't exactly
Yeah.
be where they were supposed to be.
I had
when
that
the
too.
Camera cut to them, and so they would like snap their neck real fast. I'm like,
It's like we
"Jeez,
played. It's like we played 2 different games, dude. 'Cause all of this stuff I did not experience one bit, and I'm.
bad lip syncing. Like it was really bad.
Ugh, it sounds horrible. I'd probably have a completely different opinion if I played it on PS4, I guess, or if I was just lucky through my playthrough. We still don't know. It's still
Yeah.
lingering mystery. A lot of people had issues with the way they portrayed like Penguin and stuff, and I didn't really have any issue with any of the villains personally. I thought they were
I
interesting
like that
takes.
part.
Yeah. I
thought
liked
Penguin was great.
I like
noticed.
Joker too.
I noticed really quick. I was like, "Ooh, I bet this guy's an American doing an English accent," and I looked it up, and he was, and that annoyed me the entire time because he's what happens when a lot of American actors do accents is they're not consistent enough, And so they'll say something one way one time, and then the next time they won't say it the same way. And that really, I'm really into linguistics and stuff like that. So that kind of broke the experience of his character for me. And so I like the character itself, but I didn't like that part. The Joker, I thought, was a cool take. He's not like a criminal mastermind per se as much. He's not like the clown prince of crime. He's more just kind of loony guy with his shtick, his white skin and green hair type thing going on. And of course, at the end he gets his little teaser that he's going to be the main villain for next season. And then of course you have Miss Arkham, which I thought was a pretty bold move to take someone like fucking Vicky Vale of all people in the Batman universe that could be a villain and turn her into a villain. So
on that note of kind of messing with the lore, what did you think of how they treated Bruce's parents? Apparently bigger mobsters than Falcone.
I thought it was an interesting take. Yeah, because
I really liked it.
The whole way you're playing through, you're like, oh yeah, this is just made up story. I know Bruce's parents. They weren't like this. This is all just crappy like rumors and stuff, right? You're like, no, there's no way they were like that. And you saw more and more information, like, wow, this cover up, this is deeper than I thought. And you're like, oh no, they were bad people.
Yeah. Well, I really like the line. Alfred has this line where he's like, Bruce, they were billionaires. Like, of course they were in dirty stuff. Like, at a certain point, you get so damn rich, or in order to get that damn rich, you have to be involved in dirty stuff. And so I thought that was a really good point. Like, I mean, if you're gonna have $1 billion, there's very few people that have $1 billion, and there's even fewer that have $1 billion and all of it's clean. So I thought that was a very interesting point for him to make in the story, and really justified it for me.
Yeah, I really like the relationship they had with Harvey as well. I like that you could play that however you wanted. My relationship with them was a lot of brutal honesty.
Yeah.
So I just like that. Like, the whole point of this game is playing the Batman you like, right? Or playing the Batman you would want in this universe, this Batman universe. And I thought it was all really cool. I like the way they handled his relationship with Selena Kyle. I like the way
huge shout out to my bae, Laura Bailey. Awesome Catwoman. Awesome Catwoman. Such a great voice. So like her voice was very feline, and I loved that. She sounded like a purring cat a lot, and it was she did an awesome job with Catwoman.
I think they did a lot to make the situations in which you had to basically conversate out of your back to the wall. I think they set those up very naturally. Like, the whole scene at Selena Kyle's apartment where Harvey walks in and you have that whole confrontation. The way I handled it is I basically played, I dodged him a lot and made him just tire himself out. I didn't want to fight Harvey, just because I felt that, like, at that point in my story, my Bruce wouldn't want to fight him because I was already the reason he was Two-Face, because I chose to not save him and the light fell on him and that he became Two-Face. So I already felt like guilty of that. So I was like, I'm not going to beat him up after I already was the reason he got hurt, right? So my lack of action was the reason he got hurt. So
my Harvey still hasn't gotten hurt.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
Yeah, so I saved him because I was like, well, Selena can obviously handle herself against two fucking dudes, so out of the two, who needs me the most? Harvey would need my help, so I jumped on him. And then afterwards I was like, oh shit, maybe I fucked up because he might not become Two-Face. Then what happens is the part where he starts burning down your mansion, he's acting like Two-Face and his multiple personalities are taking over, and Travis Willingham is switching up voices, but at no point during my 5 episodes did he get harmed to make him look disfigured or anything.
Interesting.
Because my reasoning for saving Selena was like, he's gonna be Two-Face anyway, so I'll just
that was me too.
Yeah.
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 See, but now I'm kind of messed up because I don't have a Two-Face. Like, he's not real Two-Face just because he's switching voices, you know? I need, like, that melted skin.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Maybe they write it in for season 2 if you made that choice in season 1.
I kind of hope so.
Maybe there's something there where, Joker has some kind of interaction with Harvey, and if he already has his face, then it really doesn't do much. But if he hasn't been hurt, then there's backstory there of how he is like, well, you're acting like two people. Let's make that so, kind of thing. So it's gonna be interesting.
That'd be a really good line, Jared. If Joker's like, well, you already act like you two people. I'm just gonna make it happen.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I didn't know we had Mark Hamill on the call.
God, if he played Joker. God.
Jesus.
So a lot of people were worried that this isn't going to get a follow-up. Do you think it sold well enough for it to get a follow-up?
Oh, absolutely.
I hope it gets
like
a follow-up.
I said, you had the Joker tease, and also, I mean, it's Telltale, and this is clearly the biggest property that they've worked with, so you're absolutely getting a second season.
Yeah. And come on, I mean, they were marketing this hard. I saw a lot of commercials for this, and they're $20, but really they have to be stupidly cheap to make these games.
Yeah.
Also,
God,
they're
not expensive games to make.
In a Telltale game, I think the Vicky Vale reveal, I think, was really well done.
That was good. When you beat up Penguin,
and then it cuts to black.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, I think overall, if we're ending it here on our stuff, we can all give our final opinions on it. I thought it was well done. Like I said, I have a little bit more of a positive interpretation on the game just because I didn't deal with the bevy of performance issues you guys had. It's definitely in my top 3 or 4 as far as Telltale games. I think there was some stuff they could have done a little bit better, but overall, it satisfied my expectations of a Batman Telltale game. So I give it a thumbs up. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. It's somewhere between good and great to me, and that's with the technical. If it ran absolutely flawlessly, I'd probably say it's definitely great. But then I also adore everything Batman, so there's a little bit of that bias leaking in there. But I liked it a lot.
Yeah. Jordan?
So, being the Batman fan that I am, I didn't think it was the best Batman story. It was a solid Batman story, but I thought it was good.
That's fair.
Also, me waiting until all 5 episodes were out and hearing people say, oh, they're subverting all these expectations with, Batman tropes and Batman lore that personally, I was actually a little bit disappointed once I actually got through everything because... like you just said, Dom, it's a good to great game. Like it really just didn't blow my socks off, and the way to blow my socks off in a Batman story is to build your own universe and say, fuck it, we're doing whatever we want with canon. And so I was really excited, like, oh, they could really, like, me being a Batman fan and having read and watched and being involved with so much Batman, like, I do kind of get tired of the same old things with the same old villains or characters, and so I wish they had pushed that a little bit further. I was wondering what they were going to do with the Joker. He didn't need to be there at all, and he was, it was cool that he, was almost like Bruce's friend before Bruce even knew that he was the Joker, before he had even committed any crimes and become famous, the Clown Prince or whatever, but I really wish you had gone farther with that. I really wish you had gone farther with you're messing around with Harvey Dent, and then the Vicky Vale thing was cool, and I like the fact that you're not expecting her at all to be the villain, but it would have been a little bit cooler once you see that she's the villain to like really see how much of a badass she is, because the final battle, which I'd like to point out, the detective stuff was all right, but the action stuff in the game was really cool. I thought that was really well done, which personally I was expecting the opposite. I thought the detective stuff was going to be the coolest and that they were going to really suffer on the action side, but I was completely wrong in that sense. So I wish there had been more of the badassery from Lady Arkham, because I liked the suit and I liked the concussive pike that she had and all that stuff. So I wish there had been more than that, even though I did like the final battle. But yeah, I kind of wish they had just pushed a little farther with the subversion of expectations, because of the fact that that's how I think it would have made it like a really amazing Batman experience.